Senator Martin.
My question for the government leader concerns letters self-employed Canadians have recently received from the Canada Revenue Agency, which tell them to repay their entire CERB payment by the end of the month, which is just a few weeks away. It seems the government has retroactively decided the CERB qualification of $5,000 income in 2019 was in fact $5,000 net income. When former Minister Morneau was here in March and April, he referred many times to the $5,000 requirement, but never once said it was $5,000 net. And although the CERB has ended, the application website is still online. If you look, Leader, you'll see that it does not contain the word net. So, Leader, all these months later, why did the government change the criteria for the CERB? Entrepreneurs should not face hardship at this critical time because of an arbitrary decision of your government. Will CRA be instructed to stop sending these letters to self-employed Canadians?
Senator Gold.
Well, thank you for your question. It is not my understanding that there's been a change in the terms. What I do understand is that the government is continuing to try to deal with the payments and the consequences of the rapidity with which the payments went out in a fiscally responsible, though compassionate and sensitive manner. As ministers who appeared before this chamber through the process this summer, in explaining the speed with which they and their officials put together the programs in essentially emergency circumstances, that inevitably there would be gaps, inevitably there would be problems, and that they would be addressed as they came to light. My understanding is that the letters do not require immediate repayment. They are simply there to inform individuals that there may be repayment or issues down the road. I will certainly make inquiries if you can be more specific outside this outside the chamber if you'd like, and I will certainly look into the matters that you raised. But that's my understanding of the situation.
Thank you. And that inquiry regarding the word net, which is key, and whether the government will be very specific on this criteria and perhaps issue new letters, because there's an expectation for these self-employed individuals to pay back the CERB when that was not their understanding. Now, Leader, your government knowingly approved CERB payments this spring, even when fraud was suspected. Right now, we have a situation where self-employed Canadians applied in good faith for the CERB under the rules as they were at the time. Now, months later, your government changes its mind on the criteria and demands full repayment in just a few weeks. Many of these entrepreneurs are still facing COVID-related restrictions on their business, even if they even manage to stay open to no fault of their own. So I guess, again, would you follow up, and specifically regarding the amount and the net amount, and therefore correcting this error if the rule indeed is incorrect because the government was not clear?
Senator Gold.
Well, again, thank you, Senator. I will indeed follow up. I'm just not prepared to assume one way or the other whether there has been either a change in policy or any incorrect calculation or communication, but I certainly will look into it.